Moses joining me on the desk now. The face of basketball here in Canada definitely took a turn for the better, and it's actually a very exciting time right now for this basketball program that we're seeing right now.
I see Canada in the Olympics come 2020. I really do. I think they have the young crop of players they have right now, not only the ones you're seeing like Anthony Bennett, they also had a few guys that are in the NBA right now who are Canadian as well, not just Steve Nash, of course. He's the GM, by the way, of Basketball Canada. But yeah, like Tristan Thompson, he will be actually a teammate in Cleveland for Anthony Bennett, so it's going to be pretty neat.
Really nice to see, hey, whenever Canada can excel
Andrew
at
Wiggins
any sport.
next year, too.
Fingers
that guy's
crossed.
going to go.
All right, let's kind of go a little bit closer back to home. NSRBL, Lloydminster Junior snapping a losing streak, and they did it in quite the way.
Well, you know what? I just don't even talk about it no more. I really don't. Just for the fact that you look at the Lodishes, both pitching. Evan Lodish was on the mound last night. He did a fantastic job along with his team. You know, they were looking for back-to-back wins after losing 3 in a row, taking on the Midwest Expos. Again, Lodish on the hill, looking very impressive. Here he gets Tyler Holt swinging. The juniors were up 6-1 in the third, looking to do some more damage. Brett Blythe getting a bit of help here. Pop up in the infield, didn't forget. Can't make the grab. Lodish will score 7-1. A couple batters later, 2 men on for Landon Noyes. He finds the gap in right. Both runs will come in to score. Noyes with one of 3 doubles on the night, getting it done with the bat. Up next would be Scott Willis. What does he do? He gets a base hit. Noyes will trot home 10-1 juniors. And how about more Lodish, as he will sit down Marty Bose. Then Derek Wright, 5 Ks through 3 innings of work. The Expos do get some runs on the board in the 4th. Now 11-3, Justin Tyndall's seeing eye single will cash in another run. But it was all juniors. Lodish pitched a complete game with 10 strikeouts. Juniors continue to swing hot bats. 17-4 was the final.
It's nice we're finally getting on the sticks and stringing some hits together, and we're actually playing defense now. I know a lot of the games before we were making some stupid errors, and we've kind of settled that down, and our pitching has been a lot better too.
Elsewhere, the Lloydminster Twins were on the road in Wilkie. The Twinkies doubling up the Brewers 10-5. Elsewhere, Standard Hill's losing streak extends to 6 games, losing 9-2 to Unity. And the Lloydminster Midgets and North Battleford Beavers, their game was postponed due to poor field conditions. Now, it's been a big year for lacrosse teams in the border city. Most recently, the Lloydminster Novice Brutes, who punched their ticket to provincials. The Brutes had a tremendous regular season, going 8-1. They capped it off, going perfect in the playoffs, taking the league title in double overtime.
Having a bunch of first years and second years get together and play as a team, pretty proud of them. The coaches are proud and the parents are pretty proud.
The young squad will head to Ponoka and Lacombe for provincials set for July 12th. The team is not sure what to expect for competition, but are confident they could walk away with a gold medal.
We don't know where we actually stand as far as how we rate, but I think we've got the team to do it, so we're definitely looking forward to it.
It was a great night of racing at Onion Lake Cree Nation. Day 1 had Wayne Knight atop of the leaderboard. In Heat 7, Knight breezed through the competition, finishing the race with a time of 1:20.86, the fastest time on the night. Meanwhile, BJ Carey was looking for his 3rd tour victory of the season. And you know what? He wins Heat 1 with a spectacular time, 1:20.92, good enough for 2nd place after day 1. Dallas Dick, Jamie Labacane, and Brian Labacane round out the top 5. Day 2 goes tonight at 6:30. An oldie but a goodie. A poetic way to sum up Brian Labacane. At 64, he's the oldest driver in the CPCA, also happens to sit in 1st place in the overall standings. Kyle Gallagher has more in this week's Inside the CPCA.
Another successful race is in the books for Brian Labacane. He finished 1st in his heat with a 1:21.34 on Thursday night, good enough for 4th place on the day. But that's nothing new for the 64-year-old. Despite not winning an event yet this season, Laboucan currently sits first overall in the CPCA driver standings.
Well, just running clean. You know, the horses are running hard, they're working, they're running, and, you know, always close there, but never won a day money or a show, but just consistency, and other people have problems, you know, that are ahead of you, you know, and then you're there.
The 6-time Canadian champion has finished in the top 5 for the last 7 years, including a 5th place tie with his son Jamie in 2012. In fact, the St. Walburg native is one of only 3 drivers who haven't received a penalty in 2013.
He's always been a hard turner. He's always ran hard, but he goes out there every day and he rarely hits barrels.
This weekend is a bit of a homecoming for Laboucan, who started his racing career on the old Onion Lake track back in 1970.
Onion Lake was the first place I ever drove a chuck wagon in competition. It was at the old track here in Onion Lake, so it's great to be back here.
With over 4 decades on the track, Laboucan has been racing longer than most of his competitors have even been alive. He's got a wealth of experience that he's happy to pass on to younger generations.
Oh, it's great. I've drove against so many different drivers in the last, I guess, 44 years now, you know, that it's just fun seeing the young drivers come up, you know, and mature and become top drivers.
He's really taught me how to take care of my horses well, and then furthermore, how to drive like them, so it's been unreal.
And with him nearing retirement in a year and a half, Laboucan is looking to finish on a high note in both the CPCA and at the Calgary Stampede.
Well, I've got 2 outfits. I run one off the short barrel and one off the long barrels, and so far that's been working. They're hanging together, these 8 horses, and they're working and running, you know, and running hard, so that's kind of the game plan. Hopefully we can go in there with these 2 outfits sound and feeling good.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap Sports.